This channel is for adults and not for kids. Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by. So I got an amazing toy today that just took me back to my childhood and made me feel something that I haven't felt in years. It was such a huge nostalgic tug of my heart opening this thing up. It was crazy. So as I've said in the past, when it comes to G.I. Joe, I used to collect the 12-inch tall G.I. Joe action team figures when I was a little kid. And in the 80s, I collected the 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe A Real American Hero figures. And of course today I collect the G.I. Joe classified 6-inch figures. But in between the action team and A Real American Hero, there was a short-lived science fiction based G.I. Joe group of toys. They scaled down the size of G.I. Joe from the 12-inch tall to about an 8-inch tall figure. Because the price of crude oil was going sky high in the 70s due to the oil embargoes, so the cost of plastic was higher. So they reduced the size of the figures from 12 inches to 8 inches, and they gave G.I. Joe a science fiction theme to try and cash in on the popularity of Star Wars. So this was sort of G.I. Joe's answer to Star Wars. And it was short-lived, but damn it, this is my favorite version of G.I. Joe. I'm one of those weirdo kids that this was my favorite version of G.I. Joe, and it still is. You've got science fiction stuff, you've got lasers, you've got space monsters, you've got 6-legged dinosaur creatures. It's just a lot of fun. As I have also said in the past, the Super Joe figures were constructed like shit. And it is super rare for a Super Joe to still be intact. All of the joints were made from an inferior rubber type material that rots. And you could have one of these figures mint in package and it's just a pile of parts. They just rot and fall to pieces. This new company, White Elephant Toys, they have put out this awesome tribute figure to Super Joe. And I know I'm not the only toy nerd that loves this line of toys, and it's just awesome that they created this. So he comes in this really cool box. This will be a box that I save. You guys know I throw away most of my boxes, but I will save this one. They even recreated that famous sort of painting of Gore getting his ass handed to him by Super Joe. And I gotta get Darkon. I had the original Darkon. I had Super Joe, I had Gore, I had the Terron, I had the Shield, I had Luminos, and I had Darkon. So I damn near had all the figures. Nowadays, all I have left is Gore and the Terrons. So they're going to be producing a new Gore, which I will have to pick that up, and I have to pick up a Darkon. And then Crusher, they're adding him in the line. I'm always on the lookout for a new Crusher. It's a great big rubber monster toy from the 70s, but this will be a nice incarnation of him too. I give you Super Joe Commander. This is from the new line called Super Joe Unlimited. And you guys just don't know. Like, I am not ashamed to admit, I almost started fucking crying from happiness when I opened this guy up. It's hard to put into words, guys. So he comes with that little like lightning shaped dagger, and he's got this cool little space helmet, and he's got his jumpsuit just like he used to have. There's his little lightning bolt insignia that they had. He doesn't have a backpack with a laser on it, you know, a flashlight basically. But they do have like this little gold armor with a sort of symbol that looks like lights flashing. So it's kind of a nice nod to the fact that he came with a flashlight strapped on his chest. Oh man, guys, this is so awesome. So, you know, he looks like G.I. Joe. He looks like the bearded G.I. Joe from the action team. When they made the Super Joe Commander, they just scaled it down, but it's still basically the same figure. And then when G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero came along, they basically turned this character into Clutch, the guy that drives the G.I. Joe Jeep, the Vamp. But yeah, this cool bearded G.I. Joe, Super Joe. So guys, it's been like 40 something years since I was able to put Super Joe and Gore in the same area together. It's hard to put into words, guys. It's really awesome. I'm in hog heaven right now. It's just so cool. So I still have Gore, King of the Terrons. He's this big lizard man monster. And if you guys watched my other video that I have on the channel called what the fuck is it called? It's called something like The Creatures and Monsters of G.I. Joe. Anyway, if you're curious, I've got a video that's devoted to all of the animals and the creatures and the monsters, everything that I loved about G.I. Joe when I was a little kid. And this guy's featured in that episode too. Gore was always my favorite. He's like a lizard mixed with a gorilla, you know, and all little kids love gorillas and dinosaurs, and this guy was like a mixture of the two. The light function no longer works on mine, but I don't care. As long as I have one. And then I have two of these Terrons, and they both still work. They both walk, and it's something of beauty to behold when he gets those little 6 legs moving. I don't have any batteries in him right now. I didn't know I was going to be making this video. I didn't know that Super Joe was going to be showing up today, so I just did this shit sort of spare of the moment, guys. This is the command laser, which it's a glorified flashlight. You put the batteries in it, you hit the little button, and it shines a light. And it shines a light into this sensor, this hole right here, and he stops moving. So that was the whole gimmick, was that Super Joe would shine his heavenly light. His laser would hit that area and it would freeze up Terron. So I'll have to get a bunch of AA batteries and get my Terrons all powered up, and then I can show those off to you guys, watch them walk around on the kitchen floor. Such a cool monster, just this like big sort of again like a dinosaur dragon. Looks like something Flash Gordon would fight, you know. These beautiful red eyes, and inside of his mouth is red. It's just so cool. Anyway, guys, I am just having a major flood of fucking nostalgia emotions. You guys, I can't get it across to you guys how much I loved this line. Like, I would play with my Star Wars figures, I would play with my Micronauts, and I would play with my Super Joes the most. I would play with those three the most. And you know, I would play with my my Migos, and I would play with my Fisher Price Adventure people, and I would play with all the rest of that stuff too. But those were my three favorites, was Super Joe, the Micronauts, and my original Kenner Star Wars action figures. So, oh man, this White Elephant Toys, they are doing the Lord's work here, people. These figures are not expensive. I think Joe is like $30, something like that. Basically, he's just a little bit more money than one of the G.I. Joe classified figures. But there's some deluxe G.I. Joe classified figures that cost more than that, so he's not that expensive. You can get them at, there's the website, whiteelephanttoys.com. Check them out. They've got this one cool figure where he's completely like clear with like a silver chromed head, so he looks like a Micronaut. And like I said, they've got Darkon now, and I'm gonna order his green ass on payday. Gore and Crusher are, you know, not out yet, but best believe when they are available, I'll probably get 2 or 3 of both of those. I don't really want any of these guys. This one, or Atomic Mike. I mean, I think it's cool they made those guys, but I don't know. If they make Luminos or the Shield, I'll be down for those. But anyway, guys, I just was really excited about this, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And you know, I know a few of you out there will understand this excitement that I'm feeling. A few of you out there will know, or maybe a few of you out there liked this line of figures yourself. The 70s was just a wild time, man. Anyway, thanks for stopping back by, guys. I am legit gonna stop filming and start playing with my toys for a while. Me and the fellas here have to get reacquainted after 40-something years. Thanks for stopping back by, guys. I'll talk to you really soon. Happy Halloween.